Now streaming on the Nation Network, PWI Review and Relive, where along with a panel of experts, we take a deep dive into random issues of some of the most recognizable wrestling magazines in history, where contestants go head-to-head and compete in wrestling knowledge to see who will go on to be the reigning champion. Now streaming on Twitch too. Wednesdays, 6 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, only on the Nation Network.
Hey everybody, welcome back to the channel. This is the Nation Network. I am Vince McJam, your host, and this is PWI R&R for the month of August. The year's 1985. Before we dive into what we're going to be covering here today in this edition, we're talking about reading material, and look what I just got today. Got my copy of the ODB book. So here in the Central Florida area, we're getting ready for hurricane. I think it's Ian. I don't even remember the names anymore. I just call him asshole. Anyway, hurricane's coming through. It looks like Wednesday. So I'm thinking, okay, I'm going to have some time to read. I'm going to try and get through that book this week if I can. Just flipping through it already. I can tell you right now, there's some really cool pictures and stuff like that that I guarantee you have not seen before from her as a little kid growing up and stuff like that. And then there's some behind the scenes stuff with some definite names that you'll recognize, but just kind of backstage goofing around pictures, stuff like that. And then, of course, the ones that you've most likely seen in the past as well. If you're new to the channel, some of our Twitch folks, I know we're just starting to rebuild that audience very slowly, but we're working on it. If you're new to the channel, this is what we do. It's called Pro Wrestling Illustrated R&R, which is Relive and Remember. And we will go through the magazine kind of quickly here in the beginning. But then when we get to our top 10 charts and things like that, we turn it into a competition. We currently have a defending champion. We currently have a number one contender. But if you think you know your business when it comes to the world professional wrestling, baby, the link is in the chat already. I'll post it one more time to make sure it went through. There it is. So you can just click on that link. That'll put you in the green room. And once we get started on the top 10 section, whoever's in the green room, feel free, man. You're going to be part of the competition. We'll have an elimination if we have enough people, which would be 3 or more. We will do that. And the way the game works, we're going to have some rules that we'll go over later on. But basically, we're going to go down that top 10 list, whether it be in a different promotion or whether it be most hated, most liked. And whoever gets the right answer gets the points. And we'll go from there. It should be entertaining. It has been. We've got official rules, though. This is the first time we're running with those rules. To talk about what we're talking about, August of 1985, but the magazine is Wrestling All-Stars. We got on the cover there Rick Martel, Sergeant Slaughter. And you're going to want to pay attention to some of these clues as we go along, because I guarantee you they are going to show up later on in these top 10 rankings. I can already see the green room starting to fill up, and we got somebody here who hasn't been on in a while. So all of a sudden, the championship is looking like it might be tested here just a little bit. All right. How do I want to do this? I'll tell you what. I'm going to keep you guys in agreement for just a moment longer here while I go through some of this stuff here in the magazines. And again, this might help you solve some of these answers coming up. So pay close attention. The centerfold is the cover. As soon as you open the cover, bam, there's your centerfold. And we've got the Von Erichs. And go this way. We got Kerry and I believe Kevin, if I'm not mistaken. And you see him holding the yellow rose there because this was shortly after David's passing. And as many of these as I've gone through, I still have not seen the ad for the Superstar Pro Wrestling game that I've been looking for. Juan Cordero, welcome aboard, buddy. Well, there's another one. There's a pro wrestling quiz game. I didn't have a chance to scan any pictures today. It's been kind of rough work schedule as well as this. I do apologize. I do got my scanner working at work again, though, so I can actually scan them in next time. It'll be much nicer. All right, we've got a fans speak out page, and that's basically where you're just writing into the editor, and they post a few of them randomly. Juan Cordero said, damn, I was born in December of 85. Well, I mean, man, all you got to do is pick up some old magazines, and you'd be all caught up like the rest of us. Here's our defending champion. He's going to try and defend his title here tonight. Hopefully JH is going to come back in. He was in the green room a second ago. Let's see what we got here. Oh, yeah. Got our wrestling bulletin board, and it was all about the rock and wrestling thing there. You got the Cyndi Lauper, Lou Albano thing that took place at the Garden where Roddy Piper did his number on Cyndi and Dick Clark and Dave Wolf and that whole gang. You got Jesse Ventura and Vince McMahon. By the way, this book was aimed for the most part, I would say, at a younger audience, maybe not kids, even though kids bought it a lot, but very interesting. Here, where are we going? There we go. The Illustrated Encyclopedia of Sex. Somehow I don't think they have that on the wrestling magazines anymore. Doesn't get much better here. So we got Ric Flair doing his thing there as the NWA World Champion with the 10 pounds of gold. And then over here we've got erotic, muscular young girls wrestling. Oh, yeah, this was a classic. You got the Road Warriors against Slaughter and not Blackjack. What the heck's his name? The AWA big boy there. Blackwell. Jerry Blackwell. I knew there was a black in it. Jerry Blackwell and Slaughter teamed up. That's when the LOD were big-time heels in the AWA, and they were just destroying everybody. And I think this took place in New Jersey, even though most of their stuff took place in Minnesota back in those days. They were kind of dipping into the Meadowlands area. Tropicana. I think they even did the Meadowlands Arena, if I'm not mistaken. They had Flair there one night going up against maybe Bockwinkel, I forget. There's some more of that action. Well, they definitely had a catering to women wrestling, and I don't mean the Moolah type. Here's one for the ages. Carl Steiner wrestling European style, looking a whole lot like the Iron Sheik. But if you look at his face, and I honestly don't know, is Carl Steiner related to the Steiners? But there's a resemblance I see to like Rick Steiner. Could be coincidental, but I don't know if this guy is like their father or something. I never heard that they were second generation. Doesn't mean they weren't. Here we go. Gorgeous Jimmy Garvin and Precious. They were a commodity in the AWA back at that time. There's an article on Mr. USA, Tony Atlas, and the fact that he used to be a bodyguard for some of Hollywood's leading ladies, I suppose. I can see that happening. Yeah, we've got some color photos coming up. I don't think there's any centerfolds, though. I think at this point in time, it's just pinups, as they refer to them. There's Tony Atlas going up against, I think, Moondog Spot. If I say the Moondogs all look alike, is that racist? Kevin Sullivan, and who we now know as Woman, but at the time was the Fallen Angel. And, of course, Hacksaw Jim Duggan. Oops, who we got going here? Yeah, Rip Oliver is there with Jim Cornette. Then we got Gino Hernandez and Chris Adams. Oh, here's a good one. Got Dory Jr. and the Fantastics. Really good pictures. I'm guessing Apter probably took some of these. Rick Martel going up against the Masked Superstar. I always like the Masked Superstar. Always thought he had a really good gimmick. Kept on saying that you'd know who he was if the mask came off, and when he wins the world title, he's going to take the mask off. Years later, we'd see him without the mask and had no idea who the hell he was. Whole spread here on Rick Martel, back when he was running the AWA World Championship title. And they gave him a good 5-page spread. Little story about Verne Gagne coming out of retirement. Got our wrestling snapshots going on here. Oh, Lord have mercy. All right, so first we've got Georgie Animal Steel. Take a look at the Coliseum video. I've got every one of those. I don't know what would happen if I pulled it out of the case and tried to put it into the VCR today. I think they would turn to dust on me. They're also up on the network as well. Most of them are, anyway. And we've got our wrestling around the United States, where you can see what matches were taking place that you couldn't see on TV. Now, I have not already checked out these top 10s or anything like that, so I have no idea what we're going to be looking at when it comes down to that. Here again, some of the ringside report type stuff. You got Larry Zbyszko, you got Magnum PA, Butch Reed, Kendo Nagasaki. Looks like, is that Harley Race down there? Yeah. If I'm not mistaken. Oh, wait a minute. No. Was there no top 10? I thought there was. Hold on. This will definitely be an interesting scenario. I thought for sure there was a top 10 in this. Did I skip past it? Yeah, wrestling around the USA. No, they did something slightly different, but it's not a top 10. But we can still work it. It's basically each promotion's champions list. So we can definitely do something with that and run it with the same rules and all that kind of stuff. All right. Well, at this time, let me bring in our number one contender for the PWI Championship. Jay is here and live and in living color. Say hello, Jay.
Hello, Jay.
Perfect. Lord have mercy. Purist was trying to see if he'd be able to join on. I don't see him back yet. We had Big JH in the waiting room for a moment there.
Oh, really?
Yeah, here comes Purist, though.
Okay.
I would have loved to have a three-way, man.
Oh, I know, right? I've been pushing for it.
All right. And here, what's up with the glasses? Look at, oh, boy.
I don't know.
I guess we'll have to call him all ego now because he's looking like Ethan Page right there.
I can't see anything. Wait. I see it.
He is the reigning PWI champion.
I look at you. Not. All I see, it's black.
You got your belt on. I don't know if you can see it or not.
Yeah, I can see it. Well, not really on me. I mean, it's right there.
It's on your picture, man. That's the best I can do. I ain't running to Italy just to give you a belt.
I mean,
I don't have that kind of budget. I don't know what you've been hearing.
Please don't think about. Don't mind the pajama. I mean, it's quite
Oh, it's you. Is that Winnie the Pooh?
Italy. What? No.
Who's that character on NXT? The chick. What's her name?
I don't watch NXT.
Cho.
There you go. You could be her boyfriend. The one that dresses up like she's going to a pajama party.
It's a bit of a. Let's say it's not quite the right time here in Italy.
It's not the right time yet. What time is it in Italy?
1:45 a.m.
A.M.
Oh,
You kidding me? I mean,
This boy he wants to defend that title badly.
well, if I can do it, I mean.
Yeah, Jay,
please.
you have an advantage.
No,
He's mentally
please.
incapacitated
I'm a
at 1
night
a.m. At 1 a.m., he's mentally incapacitated. You have a big advantage over this guy now. I think
But
we might
we're
be
going
seeing a
to do
new
this,
champ.
if it is possible, can we do this quick? You know, I mean, because of the time. I mean,
Well, we try to do
tomorrow
it quick.
I mean, tomorrow I have to vote. I mean, there are the
Vote?
elections in Italy, and on top of
right.
that, my city is ready to get wet. As in, there'll be a storm. I think yellow level,
Wow.
orange level.
We're in the same boat over here because in Central Florida, we got a hurricane that's
Sure.
going to hit on Wednesday.
Yeah, put this away.
So we got something in common there. All right. As soon as he gets back on, we'll kick this thing off.
yep.
Juan Cordero. Damn, 1:45 a.m. That's dedication. That's what that is.
Yep.
The fact that he doesn't want to give up that belt.
If there's anybody else out there in the chat, hop on in. The link's there.
Well,
I'll
somebody
be
must
with
have
you.
heard you talking.
Okay.
Let's go.
Let's go, he says. Oh! We're just waiting for the champ to get back here. We'll give him a second.
The temporary champ.
Oh, the smackers talketh be laid down.
85 is my year.
Give me a second, please.
85's his year, he says.
Saturday mornings after He-Man, watching some wrestling.
All right.
Hello.
Purists, man, they're coming after you, man.
Well,
The
it's
triple
understandable.
threat match.
And what
Well,
a
here's
triple
how-
threat it is.
Here's how it's going to work then. Because since it's a triple threat, round one will be an elimination round. So whoever has the lowest score will be back in the green room.
Okay. I
All
would
right.
like to point out some things before we start.
I thought you were in a hurry, but go ahead.
Because I did some snafus of my own. I mean, remember when I first came into a live stream for the first time? And I said
Yeah.
I was born in the 70s. Me in
Yeah, I
the
don't-
70s?
Yeah, I don't buy that for a
What was
second.
I saying? What I meant was 1997. But still, about that thing with Jay, I mean, when you said new challenges and such, I understood and I wrote, oh, okay, so I'm ready for anyone else. But then you had to pull out the other comment that I wrote, because I still believe I was going to go after Jay in some sort of rematch, Wrestling Purists versus Jay 2. Bigger, better, I guess?
Yeah. And now it's a triple threat, so it is better and badder.
That's right.
Don't
Now
let
you
it-
really got to be on your toes.
That's right.
Come out of
Everybody's
nowhere.
gunning for the champ, man. When you got that belt, that's what happens.
Last time it was luck, I admit.
Last time it was luck.
So, how do the rules work? I mean,
Oh,
I
that's a
still-
good question. I'm so glad you asked it. Let's talk about the rules. The PWI Championship Challenge, we're going to have a coin toss, which I'll have over here on the side. I wasn't counting on 3 people. I'm not sure how that's going to work. I'm going to think of a number
Champions
from
should go
1 to
first.
5. I'm going to think of a number from 1 to 5. That's what we're going to do. And whoever
Champ
gets
should go
closest-
first every time.
Let me think about that. Does the champ want to go first?
He should have the choice, champion's choice.
Okay.
I like that.
All right, we're on. So you get to choose, Purist, if you go first, second, or third. and then the other two will have the coin toss.
I say J.
No, you get to choose if you go first, second, or third.
Okay. I'm sorry.
He was going to make me go first. He's like,
Uno.
you go.
I thought he said I was going to choose who goes going first.
No, you choose what you go. Which number do you want to have?
Understand. Last.
That's what I would probably choose myself. Okay. So we're going to do the coin toss right now, but it's really a number from 1 to 5. I have a number in my mind. Jay, what number do you have?
3.
JH?
1.
4 horsemen, baby. So, Jay, you get to choose first or second.
I will go second.
All right. So it's JH, Jay, and the champ in that order. The winner will decide who will answer the questions first for that round. Well, we've already established that. Each question will be followed by a short audio clip. As soon as that clip ends, all competitors have to be ready as soon as they are called upon. There's no delays. Otherwise, it's an automatic strike. Correct answers are going to be worth 1 point. When we get to the number one answer, which in this case will be the world champion in that respective division, I will give 0 clues. Actually, I'm not going to be giving many clues because of the way this one's breaking down in a magazine anyway. But the number one answer, which will be the world champion, will be worth 3 points if you get it correct. Let's see. Each player will then be granted 1 finisher. Each of you has a finisher right now. You can only use it once throughout the entire event. So if you don't use it in the first round and you're eliminated, you're never going to use it. So keep that in mind. But if you use it in the first round, you might need it in the second or third. So strategy will play a part in this. At this point in time, I need each of you to choose what finisher you want to use. Champ?
I say I think I'll go for the Paulo Special.
Okay, that's yours. Okay. JH?
Gonna use the leg drop.
Leg drop. All right.
All
Jay?
open.
F5.
F5. Okay. So whenever you decide you want to use your one finisher, you got to call it out before I announce that somebody has the answer correct, or that before I announce the person who has the answer correct. So I might say one person has the correct answer. You can use your finisher if you don't think it's you, but it might have been you, and then you lose that. So just keep that in mind. Call out your finisher when you want to use it.
Yes.
All right.
If you're successful, your opponent will receive 0 points for that round. If it's a draw, all competitors receive 0 points for that round. Pretty simple at the end of the day.
Indeed.
All right.
All right. Let me see if this thing's working this time. There we go. Bell sounds, action's underway, and here we go. We're wrestling around the world with this magazine.
You don't say.
We are going to start out with the World Wrestling Federation.
Mm-hmm.
Who are the tag team champions? We're going
80
in order. JH, you go first.
85. What month is this?
August 1985. Oh, I'm sorry.
That
I
would
forgot the
be-
music. I forgot the music.
That would be Sheik and Volkov.
All right. Now everyone has to have their answer ready. There we go. You're going with Sheik and Volkov. Jay,
I'll go with Sheik and Volkov.
Purist.
Sheik and Volkov.
It's a wash. Sheik and Volkov is the correct answer. Who was the Intercontinental Champion at that point in time?
Is it
Jay.
still on me? Tito
is now.
Santana. Tito.
Santana. Jay, what do you got?
I was going to say Tito Santana.
2 for Santana. Purist, who do you want?
Tito.
The Intercontinental Champion. Tito. 1, 2, 3. Incorrect. JH, who is it then?
Valentine.
There you go. Greg the Hammer Valentine. I told you last time those two guys had the best feud of all time.
I
I
thought
watched the beginning, the injury when Tito was screaming like a banshee.
well, I thought Tito would have been the champion by then, but okay.
Not
'Cause
quite.
He did win it.
Yeah.
Later in '85, I guess.
Baltimore
Okay.
Civic Center in a classic steel cage match.
What's the scores now?
Zeros. It's been all draws. All right. If you don't get this one right, I'm going to probably kick you out of the game anyway. Who was the world heavyweight champion?
Hulk
Hulk
Hogan.
JH, who was the champion?
Hogan.
Jay?
Hogan.
Purist?
Hogan.
Okay, if you didn't get that right, I was going to have to kick you out. Hulk Hogan indeed was the world heavyweight champion August 1985. We move on to the NWA World Class Wrestling out of Texas. Who were the American Tag Team Champions at that point in time? Wait for your music. You got time to think. JH, American Tag Team Champions in WCCW.
Was it the Fantastics?
He's going with the Fantastics. Jay, what do you think?
Road Warriors.
Road
The
Warriors
Von Erichs.
and the Von Erichs. Well, we've got three different answers. I can tell you this. One person's right. Nobody called for a finisher. We're going to announce that JH picked up the first points of the night and takes a 1-0 lead as the Fantastics were the champions at that time. Good job. Good job. Everyone still has their finisher. We move on. We're still in World Class Championship. Who was the World Class Television Champion at that point in time? JH.
It was Mike Von Erich.
He says Mike Von Erich. Jay, do you agree with that, or you have an answer of your own?
I was going to go with Kerry Von Erich.
Kerry Von Erich. And what about you, Purist?
Kerry.
Scott Casey. Scott Casey. Was the
I don't
World
know.
Class Television Champion August of 85.
Okay.
They had a World Class 6-man Tag Team Championship long before the trios. JH
Freebirds.
says Freebirds were the 6-man tag champions. Jay,
I was going with Freebirds.
we got 2 for the Freebirds. Purist,
Von Erichs.
one of you is correct. No one's using a finisher, and the champ is on the board with a point for Purist. The Von Erichs is correct. They were the 6-man tag team champions at that point in time. The Texas, hold on a minute. Oh, yeah, okay. The Texas heavyweight champion in August of 1985. JH.
Who?
The Texas heavyweight champion. JH, go ahead.
It was
Time. Jay.
Mike Von Erich.
Black
No.
Blackjack
Who'd you
Mulligan.
Blackjack Mulligan. Purist.
I must say Blackjack Mulligan.
Correct answer is Gino Hernandez.
Oh,
Oh yeah. Okay. Gino. I thought he. Oh yeah. Okay.
Texas heavyweight champion. There was an American heavyweight champion in world class. Who had the American championship in world class August of 85? JH?
Kerry.
Kerry Von Erich. Jay?
Dusty.
American Dream. Dusty Rhodes, baby. Purist. Correct answer is Chris Adams.
Oh.
Stan Hansen. Was he in in the WCC?
Oh, I'm sure he was at some point in time, but it wasn't any of their champions at this point. Again, if you don't get this right, I have to shoot you and remove you.
Huh?
Who was the NWA World Heavyweight Champion in August of 1985? JH?
Ric Flair.
Jay?
Ric Flair.
Purist?
Flair.
All right, I don't have to shoot
Ric
anybody.
Flair.
That's good. That's it. I said, you know, yeah, I said you're not getting shot. Relax. We have a two-way tie between JH and the Purist at 1-1. Jay, don't go away. We're going to put you in the green room for a little bit here. But we'll bring you back before we leave. Oh, this was my favorite.
That's my
NWA
title.
Wrestling. Oh, yeah, I got to
My
move that
title.
around too. Oh, just settle down.
What do you mean just settle down? He stole my title.
Well, actually, you don't have the title right now because we're deciding who has the title. You want to see it for a minute? There it is for a minute. Now it's gone.
Good.
NWA Florida, August of 85.
That
I
was
can't
yes.
tell you. This is what I moved down here. This is exactly what I got hung up on, and I loved it. The U.S. Tag Team Championship was held by these two individuals in the state of Florida, August of 1985. Anyone in the chat want to take a guess at this one too? I would love to see somebody come up with the right answer. JH, any guesses?
No.
Purist?
Road Warriors.
That's a guess. It's the wrong one, but it's a guess. The U.S. Tag Team Championship was at that time held by Jesse Barr and Rick Rude. And for some reason, they spelled his name R-I-C in this one. So I don't know if he had that, if that was a spelling error or if he was going with that version of Rick at the time and then changed. That moves us up to the Southern Championship. Who was the Southern champion? August of 85, the state of Florida. Purist. JH.
Luger.
Good guess. Purist.
Dan Hansen.
Correct answer is Rick Rude again. The guy was walking around with some gold, man. He was the original Roman Reigns.
A slick dude indeed. From the Wrestling Empire.
I must have moved down here slightly after this because I wouldn't have got this one. Who was the Florida State champion in the NWA in August of 1985? JH.
Was it Billy Graham?
Purist.
I'll go crazy. Blackjack Mulligan.
Both very good guesses. And I wouldn't have got it right either. Hector Guerrero. Wouldn't have got that. I think we've already established the NWA World Champion at the time was Ric Flair, so we are going to pass on that one and move along as we are trying to break our tie here. We are moving to Mid-South Wrestling.
Yeah.
The
Jim
Mid-South
Crockett?
television title. The Mid-South television title, August of 85, was held by this guy. By the way, Jay's probably in the
What
green
title?
room now getting every correct answer.
Wait,
Who was
what
the
title?
TV champion, JH?
Butch Reed.
I'm sorry, who'd you say?
Butch Reed.
Butch Reed, Purist?
I gotta go with Butch Reed too.
You should have gone with Terry Taylor because that was who the TV champion was.
Okay.
Before he was a rooster, he was a TV champion and a well-respected wrestler.
Well, and to think they did the whole thing in primetime wrestling. They changed
Yeah.
the name to the Red Rooster. I mean, do you really expect him to work? I mean, just look at the Brooklyn Brawler.
Actually, the Brawler, that was a step up for him. Steve Lombardi wasn't winning nothing. At least the Brawler got Bobby
won
Heenan
it.
as a manager. All right,
I
let's
wonder
move along
why.
here.
He
The
never won
Mid-South,
anything.
the Mid-South Tag Team Championship. He wasn't going to win anything. Mid-South
course
Tag
he
Team
did.
Championship. Think about it for a second. JH, who do you think was the Mid-South Tag Team Champion? champions.
Steve Williams and Ted DiBiase.
That would have been a good guess to have. Purist.
The Road Warriors.
Both good guesses. The Rock and Roll Express. Ricky Morton and Robert Gibson.
Yeah.
When they were just becoming a big deal.
Indeed.
The Mid-South North American champion was this individual, and this is a three-pointer. JH.
Ted DiBiase.
Purist.
Stan Hansen, the Lariat. Sure.
Correct answer is Terry Taylor. Dual champion. We take our tie to the next round. Let's see what part of the world we're going to be traveling to.
AWA, maybe.
We're in, hold on.
Give me a sec, please.
Sure, because I'm not sure what I'm looking at here. That's kind of convoluted, so we're going to skip that one. Pro Wrestling USA, but then it's got like a mix of AWA and World. It's just got a lot of confusion going on in there.
While we're at it,
All right,
with this
we're going to do.
thing,
If we do the NWA, we lose our three-pointer.
of course.
What is this?
Oh,
We'll try the AWA. I think it's going to be pretty easy. It's only 3 answers to begin with in this particular list. So we're going to start with the AWA, the American the American champion in the AWA August of 85. JH. Ooh, he just fell off his chair. Told you, buddy. Only 2 beers. Only 2 beers. I think he might have got knocked out.
now?
Did you hit him when I wasn't looking?
What do you mean? I have this book.
I'm here. Can you still see me?
What happened?
Now I see you.
Yeah,
Uh,
I can hear you.
You got hit with a chair or something? What happened?
no, I accidentally touched something. Okay, what was the question again?
Who was we're in the AWA. Who was the American champion August of 85?
Slaughter.
It says Sergeant Slaughter. Purist?
Slaughter.
Correct answer is Larry Zbyszko. Nobody gets the point. We move along. Who was the United States junior champion in August of 1985?
Greg Gagne.
JH, my bad. I should have said something. JH?
Greg Gagne.
Greg Gagne was your guess?
Yeah.
Purist?
Vince.
Time is up.
He's looking right now.
Vince.
Yes.
Like,
Did he click his mic off
Vince,
or
can you hear
something?
me?
Yeah, we can hear you. Can you hear us?
Vince.
I think he's looking up there.
Uh-oh.
Hello.
Hello. Hello. Hello.
I was going to say Gagne.
McFlyer, is anyone here? Hello. Can you hear us now?
Yes.
All right. Well, the answer was Steven Regal, and not Lord Regal, but Jimmy Garvin's tag team partner, Steven Regal. It's a 3-point question.
Yeah.
The next one is a 3-point question.
I can hear you.
Who was the AWA World Champion in August of 1985? Think about it.
See.
I'll let him
JH, who
answer
was-
first. I'll let him answer first.
No, he's got the champion's prerogative.
It was Martel.
Rick Martel, Purist? Purist? Hello?
He cut out.
Wrestling Purist, hello?
I think he
Oh,
cut
Pierce,
out.
don't go down like this, buddy. Don't go down like this. Did you hear
Kurt
the question?
Hennig.
Kurt Hennig
Perfect.
is your answer.
Mr. Perfect. Bad, Mr.
All right,
Perfect.
so you got Rick Martel
Perfect.
and you got
Nice.
Mr. Perfect.
Yes.
Okay. One of you is right. And I'm not hearing a finisher, so we're going to let it run. Both of you feel confident? Your
Follow
winner.
Special, I guess.
Your winner. And new PWI champion,
Holy smokes.
Big JH. There's his belt.
Thank
The
you.
correct answer was Rick Martel, and it's a 3-0 win in round number 4. That was
Thank
a good one because we had some geography there that is not common knowledge. And I don't even think I would have got most of those
got me,
right
pal.
either.
You got
Look at him
me.
talking his smack. Look at him talking his smack. We're going to send you to the green room with Jay for a minute, but you don't have to
I'll
go
be
away.
back.
We'll be back in a minute. All right. Well, first off, congratulations. There's your championship.
Is there a money?
It follows
Is there
you
money
wherever you
around?
go.
Is there money around?
No, not yet. But so now it's 1 win for you and 1 win for Purist last week. So as this goes on for like a month or so, we're going to take our winners and have a championship tournament of some sort. And I'm going to come up with a prize. I don't know what the hell it's going to be. I'm pretty sure it won't be a new car, but I can probably give you my old one. I don't think you'll want it. I've got a
I don't
slightly
want
used RV outside.
I don't want that old jalopy you drive to work
It's the
every day.
best ones I got. Oh, but congratulations, buddy. Good job.
Told you 85 was my year.
Dethroning the defending champion.
Well, thank you.
You want to talk any smack now to these guys? Now there's the final bell to close that up.
No, I'm just gonna talk with my actions. I'm not gonna trash talk. Do my talking in the
Oh.
ring here.
He was talking in the ring. I like it. Let's bring back our contestants. We got Jay and Purist back in the house
But,
now.
Hey,
I
Congratulations.
nice
I actually
game.
got to run.
But
right
I'll be
quick.
back. Let
I
me
gotta
know,
go
and I'll
now.
be back.
Jay,
yeah.
tell me the truth. When you were in the green room, how many correct answers did you have after that?
The only one I got right was that very last one.
Rick Martel?
Yep, that was it.
I gotta
I'm
go
thinking to
now.
myself, he's probably
Thank you
knocking
for
all
having
these
me.
dead now, and he's like, damn it.
I gotta go now. Thanks for having me on.
All right, Jay. Thank you for being here, buddy. The
Thanks.
champ.
All right, JH. But I'll be back. Let me know, and I'll be back.
Let it be
Besides,
known.
since we are here and we are talking about memorabilia, I'd like to ask you something, guys. Have you ever heard of Tiger Mask? And not just
yeah.
the wrestler, the anime. The
Yeah.
anime.
Yeah, yeah.
Well,
Oh,
yeah, that was
the
kind
anime
of what it was
smash
based
hit in
on.
Italy. And guess what? I have the manga of it. Where'd you know?
Nice.
Look at
Wait,
Look
what
at what
is
I
that?
have. The manga of Tiger Mask. Recognize this guy? The manga of Tiger Mask.
What's a manga? Is that a magazine?
Giant Baba.
It's Japanese animation. It's the
But is
equivalent of a Japanese comic book.
Yeah, okay.
They have wrestlers here. Giant Baba.
Right.
Mad
Well, I
Dog
know a lot of
Austin.
their wrestlers are based on like comic book type characters.
Right.
Like Liger was
most
a
of
big
them are
deal with
real.
that. Jushin
There's,
Thunder Liger was another one that was out of the comics.
Happy Humphrey and Haystack Colon and their match in New York, which ended like this. The one where he
Mhm.
squared up in the ring. It did happen.
That's cool.
And not just that. One more thing. It's also a World Big League Champions. I want you to know. You got Killer Kowalski,
Oh, look at this.
Classy Freddie Blassie, Tarzan Tyler, Jesse Ortega, Don DiNucci, then Pat Patterson, Angelo Poffo, Lan Rossi.
Yeah, it's turning back the hands of time just a little bit.
Right.
Besides,
I remember
would like
Dominic
to see-
DiNucci.
about this comic manga, I would like to show you something about this wrestler, Mr. No. There is an Italian character based on who is called Mr. No, but this one is quite strange. This is how you look in the manga, but I would like to show you how he looks in the anime. Get ready for a surprise, boys. I'll be back.
How do you keep an idiot in suspense? I'll be back. Let's take a look at some of our commentary here. We had some guesses along the way. Juan Cordero was picking the Midnight Express for one of those tag team titles. I'm thinking probably the Mid-South. Keith O'Toole picked the Fabulous Ones. Cordero picked Lex Luger, I'm sure, for the Florida division.
Right.
And again, I would have guessed some of those too. But Luger, I should know that he hadn't, because he debuted literally like almost a day I moved to Florida. Maybe I was here a week or so and he was debuting. So
Okay.
and that was 86. Thank you, Ancient
Guys,
Clown, for
I'm
being
back.
part of it. Yeah, you are back, aren't you? Let's just take another look here a little more. We got
This
some
is from a
Midnight
YouTube YTP.
Juan Cordero had a
This-
really good guess with
This
Sting.
one comes from a YouTube YTP in Italy, but still, that was Mr. No in the manga, but in the anime, you won't believe your eyes. Just watch right here.
It's kind of hard to see it with the glare.
Oh my.
Yeah, we don't want to lose. Yeah, you can't have that.
He says,
Yeah, I can't. You can't do that. You can't do that.
Whew.
Can't do that, buddy. Can't do that.
Okay.
sorry.
Yeah, we can
But
get in a lot of trouble for that
Truth
kind of
is,
stuff.
he had was nothing short than a mask. I mean, this is the mask. That is. The trick was there was a black guy inside this thing. And you can see the protection here. The nose was some sort of a breathing tube or something. And this head, fake head, was a ball made of steel. Talk about breaking the rules.
Yeah, I'm not too impressed with that. We got somebody like that in the White House right now. So
Ah, come on now. At least he ain't no Trump or Chump.
yeah, it's a fact. That's why the country's in a hole.
Nah.
So who do you got to vote for tomorrow?
I hate to say it, but it's far.
No,
right.
I'm not saying who are you voting for. I'm saying what are your options?
My only option is far. That's the point. Far right. I mean, I'm not literally. I'm not a leftist or a right guy. I'm not a right guy or a left guy. But there's this candidate Meloni, who is from the far right. Well, this
Okay.
one is the only one who speaks sense. Mostly because in the left, there is this guy Letta, who just
Okay.
screams, "The fascists, the fascists, the fascists" at every single moment.
Yeah, it sounds a
Then
lot like
there's the
America, man.
center.
I don't know about your fascists yelling people over there, but over here they
And
yell
that's the
fascists
center.
about the same things that they did 7 months ago, and it was perfectly okay.
So look out,
So-
guys. The comunisti are coming.
And in Italy, is it called the president, prime minister? What's the title?
Okay. Oh,
Purist. In Italy, what is the title referred to? Is it the prime
Premier.
minister?
Premier.
Premier. Didn't think of that one.
Premier.
And how long when they get arrested?
The
Only in our
Prime
country.
Minister. Prime
When,
Minister.
when they get elected, how long do they stay in office?
Yes. And this
How long?
and this Meloni may be the first woman prime minister of the republic.
Oh, it's a
First.
female. Ooh.
Yes.
Well, that
yes.
spices it up a little. So if she does win the election, how long does she stay in office before the next election?
Unlike America, it's 5 years. From what
So
I
1
recall,
year
it was
longer.
7 years this time, but
Wow. Yeah, it's a little
I
too
could be
long.
wrong.
I think it's a little too long.
Yeah, no. It's the president. So it's the president of the republic. The prime minister is 5 years. Oh, you gotta do some math here.
It's a
And now
little
it's like
late
2
for
o'clock
that.
in the morning too, and he's in his pajamas. Dude, I appreciate you waking up and joining us. Sorry you didn't get to
Waking up.
maintain your
I
title,
was
but
woke
hey.
up. I'm a night owl, pal.
All right. Well, there you go. We're gonna hopefully, well, depending
Good
how
night,
this whole
so
hurricane.
in other words, huh?
Huh?
What?
I don't know. I thought you were saying something.
What?
Who? What?
I know,
Huh?
whatever. But seriously though,
So hopefully
sometimes I
this
would like
weather
to join you guys and watch news. I mean, really. I mean, at this point, I may
that
say
would
I'm
be
a part of
interesting.
the team.
I really need to start a second channel to do just politics and stuff. I keep telling myself to do it, but
No.
I figure it's going to get
Just-
closed down in a week.
Speaking of wrestling, well, look at Jim Cornette, for example.
Yeah, I can listen to him talk about wrestling, but that's it.
That's not just wrestling, but anyway, since we are talking about wrestling news, well, what can I say? White Rabbit. I mean, if this is right, what?
Well, we'll see. I don't know. I mean,
Yeah, you saw the videos.
I'm actually hoping that has nothing to do with Bray Wyatt, because if it is, then I feel like the Fiend is not what we're going to get, and I just think that would be a major letdown. So, unless it's just a dumb theme song to introduce him back, but I mean, he needs to be the Fiend.
When it comes, there was a QR.
You're breaking up, man. It's like your audio's cutting out really bad.
From SmackDown, in which it sends you to a game with the here, the White Rabbit stuff. By the way, there is this game from the QR code that was shown on SmackDown, in which it sends you to a door, and in one game it tells you the words "coal" and the other "patricide." And that patricide was the first ever promo that Bray Wyatt did in FCW.
Well, since we're on this topic, they gave like coordinates on one of them. I ran those coordinates. Yeah, I ran those coordinates.
This is why you get paid the big money.
Yeah, it was actually Alberta, Canada. And where are they going to be next week? Canada. So we'll
that
see.
Still doesn't tell you anything about who the White Rabbit is. It just tells you.
Well, no, but I didn't see anybody else run those coordinates but me, and I put it out there on Twitter. So
there was already a speculation about the White Rabbit being, carrying cross, because apparently he did the White Rabbit.
Yeah, he had a White Rabbit gimmick.
Yeah, so, he's already debunked that himself. So,
by the way, was it good? Was it good? By the way, the White Rabbit stuff that Charing Cross did, was it good?
I don't know. I never saw any of it.
Yeah, me neither.
Never did I
know of it. So anyway, next week, I think it'll depend on how this storm thing goes on. If they end up having to reorganize the arena where I work at, then that means next weekend's event will be canceled, and then we can go back to 6:05 start time. If the event takes place, it'll be about 7:30 again, and then we can go back to normal after that, hopefully. I might even have to change days for this, because Saturday is always a bad day for me, because that's when we have events.
Right.
So, is what it is. Purist, go get some sleep, man. Thank you for being here. You did a good job. You were that close.
Let's hope I can see you on some What's News sometimes. I mean, some stuff I would really say something on What's News.
Yeah.
With that in mind,
I like having you on this. You add the right spice to this one. So you take it easy, get some rest. Hope your person wins tomorrow. We'll find out. You can tell us next time we hook up who's the new premier. All right. Take it easy, buddy. All right. And let's see. What day of the week are we on? Saturday still?
Yep.
So we got the Tuesday where we'll be doing the classic calls again. I don't even know what promotion we're going to be touching base with on that one. And then, Saturday night. Tonight. What am I saying?
Yeah.
What time is it?
It's going on 8:30. Yep.
There you go. Well, at 11 p.m., it's Saturday night's main event. You got to check it out. It's going to be a good one. Just like the old days at 11 p.m., that's when it happens. I forgot to use I forgot to use my illustrations.
See.
Dummy. But we are going to have Saturday night's main event, 11 o'clock p.m. right here. And I can assure you one thing, fans, history will be made. Don't miss it. That'll be like, 5 a.m. for Purist?
Yeah, something like that.
Get 2 hours, wake up, watch it, go back to sleep. Poor guy. Oh Lord! And then we are going to maybe again, this hurricane thing is just hard for me to make plans this week. I was gonna have us sit down and do another movie, and now I'm really stuck on which one I want to do next because I got all my DVDs in, and we can really start banging away on this list. But there's a couple that I've not seen that looked really good in trailers that I think a lot of people haven't seen.
Right.
It'll be good to bring something to the table that's relatively new or that the majority haven't had a chance to partake in. So we'll see.
Yeah, 'cause I was going to say, yeah, once you started mentioning this, I went and started looking, and I found a lot that I hadn't seen. So it's a nice thing for anybody who wants to see their favorites out there doing actual movies. So,
and the term movies can be like loosely
it's
construed in
subjective.
some of
Yeah.
these. You know, when it comes to pro wrestlers versus zombies, for example, you know, it's a
Yeah.
film. I don't know if I'd say movie, but you know, it is. Hey, it's October now. When we hit October, then you should watch that movie. If for nothing else, most horror movies are bad.
Right.
Cordero picking Hollywood tonight in the main event, a Saturday night's main event. Could happen. I can tell you this: tag team titles are on the line as well. And we've got a couple of other big matches in there. I'm going to surprise you with those. So look for 11 o'clock p.m. I will be around in the chat. Of course, like real Saturday night's main event, it's pre-recorded, which allows me to kind of chill and watch it with you guys. And it's always fun. So hopefully you guys will be able to stay awake that late tonight. In the meantime, for Jay, this is Vince McSham saying thank you so much for being a part of this silly thing that we call PWI R&R. We'll be back again, like I said, next week. And as soon as I know a firm schedule, I'll make sure that all that gets out to you guys, that you can be here and we can have our champions hopefully join us to defend the championships. And it's going to be funky like a monkey, baby. Jay, say goodnight, Jay.
Good night, Jay.
Perfect.